What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Tour Podcast. I'm your host, Nick, alongside Alan and Matt. Guys, what's going on?
Hey, dude. How's it going?
Not too bad. How's it going with you?
Pretty good.
Nice.
That's it?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got some news or anything?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, great. I'm the one who's supposed to do that. What do you guys think about sushi?
Sushi's good. I like sushi. Are we talking like
Pass.
sashimi or nigiri? What are we talking here?
Whoa, Nick with the
Well, like,
vocabulary.
yeah. So, okay, yeah. So, do you like just the fish on the rice, or do you like it actually like up in the?
To be perfectly honest, I haven't had it with the fish on the rice. I've always had it wrapped up in the roll. So I've
Oh.
never actually tried it, but I would be open to trying it for sure. Like if I'm in Japan for whatever, I'm definitely trying it. If I go to like a really classy sushi place, I'm definitely going to try it. But for what I got around here in our part of town, no way I'm going anywhere near that stuff. Like I'm just going to get the basic rolls and be on my way.
Yeah, we've been going to this. It's like a all you can eat where you just like order on a piece of paper,
Yeah.
and they have like the traditional sushi there, and it's
Yeah.
so good because it comes out like nice and warm. So it's on like this like warm bed of rice, and the fish is
Oh.
kind of like you've been like heated up a little bit.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just like eat it, and it's super good. So
Nice.
I'm a big fan of the sushi.
Yeah, every once in a while I have a nice tuna steak, and if it's a little raw in the middle, it always throws you off at first, but then you realize, man, that good quality tuna is just so good.
It is seriously.
Man, how about you? Like raw fish?
I've tried all of it.
Yeah,
I just don't think sucking down some raw tuna sounds real great.
Killing,
But
yeah.
but I've had it before. I like the veggie stuff and those what are they, California rolls?
sure.
I like those. Those are good. Not a big sushi guy.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was supposed to eat it when you're pregnant anyways, so it's probably better for you.
that's good.
yeah. For when he gets impregnated
Yeah.
in like the year 3000, when men can get impregnated now for whatever reason.
Dude, that'd be nuts. We should talk about that on a podcast sometime.
That's an After Dark episode.
That'll be an After Dark episode.
Where would it come out of, the butt?
I don't
Or
know.
like the beehole,
C-section,
maybe, I guess.
mandatory C-section, I guess.
Ooh, that's an
Ooh.
interesting. Ooh, that's
Like,
interesting.
Just cut your stomach open, I guess.
It's like
Yeah.
Alien.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly. Anyway,
Oh.
we'll save
Well,
that
off
for
task.
another episode.
All right. Do you want to get into the topics?
Yeah. This
All right.
is the weekly download. Our first news story today, guys. We got a new X-Men movie coming out, X-Men: Dark Phoenix. Man, we've kind of been hesitant, not hesitant, but like a little cautious about how we feel about this movie, talking about the trailer and everything. But rumor has it that this movie is just god awful. Test screenings, early reviews. I think some critics and reviewers have seen like an early version of this movie, and they say it's as bad as the Fantastic Four reboot. It's like one of the worst movies ever. It's just terrible. Well, first I want to hear what you guys have to say about it before I give my 2 cents.
I don't know. I love that character. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised because she's so badass.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how could they mess that up?
I don't know.
I
I guess it comes down to the screenplay, the story direction that they're going to, and then obviously how much the actors actually care and how much effort they're putting into it. I'm sure most of them are putting in as much effort as they possibly can into it, but who knows what the story's like, what the script was like. There's there's a bunch of things could go wrong.
Yeah, I would like to see what specifically, because I would definitely consider seeing that. That sounds awesome. I think.
I think a lot of this is just because I feel like X-Men has kind of lost its novelty. I compare it a lot of the time to Harry Potter, where when I watched like the first, 1, 2, or 3 Harry Potter movies, it's really cool because you're dropped into this universe and there's magic in it and there's all this stuff going on.
Sure.
I felt like X-Men was really the same way. You kind of get dropped into this universe where these people that are mutants that have all these powers, and the story's really cool. But with Harry Potter, you kind of had an ending that you knew was coming, and it had a story driven to that ending. Whereas with X-Men, I just feel like they just keep trying to like reboot and do different things in different ways with it. And yeah, like Jean Grey is a great character, and I think she's really interesting and really cool, and she's like one of the more powerful mutants.
Yeah.
But it's hard to drive a good story when you just have discontinuity from story to story, and you're not really driving the entire X-Men franchise to like a specific goal.
Yeah.
So
There hasn't really been a good X-Men movie that has focused on the whole team itself. I mean, First Class kind of touched on that a little bit, but the X-Men are a team, and there's all these personalities and how they fit together and how they work together to defeat, Magneto's people or whatever. So we've never really gotten that version of an X-Men yet. We've only gotten movies that center around one character, and then everyone else is just in the background. You know what I mean? Like the
Right.
original three were just about Wolverine, then Wolverine kind of like spun off and did his thing. The new ones are kind of about Mystique and now Jean Grey, and so we haven't really got an X-Men movie that's about the whole team. It's about their relationship together. So I think that might be what's missing, especially the action part. Like we haven't really got a really good action set pieces in an X-Men movie. And the other thing is, we know that this version of the X-Men is going to go away, because Disney had bought out their rights. We know it's going over to the MCU. We have no idea what that iteration of X-Men is going to be. So, like, why should we get excited for this movie? You know what I mean? So I think there's kind of that floating around there. So I don't know. We'll wait till the actual movie comes out, and we'll see what the reviews say. But right now, it's not looking good for X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Wow, that's interesting. Kind of a flip for DC and Marvel and that kind of thing.
Right.
Interesting.
Okay, next on a better note here, John Wick 3, the trailer for John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum came out. Guys, you had a chance to see the trailer. What did you think of it?
Oh my god, I thought it was awesome. It looked exactly like what I thought it would. I bet the story is not going to be that great or whatever, but the action looked really, really cool. Just the whole vibe of the story just sounded awesome. I would definitely go see this because John Wick is badass, and sometimes that's all I want in a movie. So,
Yeah,
I'm very pumped.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, from after watching the second one, we know he's going to be on the run. He's kind of excommunicated from this league of assassins, kind of, that he's a part of. Everyone's trying to kill him, and he's on the run, and he's looking desperately for friends and for help. And so we get John Wick on a motorcycle. We get John Wick on a horse. We got John Wick hitting a book into some dude's mouth. We got Halle Berry with her attack dogs leaping over a table to eat people. We got a whole bunch of stuff in this trailer. So, Alan, what did you think?
yeah, I think it looks great. I really support Keanu Reeves just as an actor, and
Dude, me too. Yeah.
from all I hear is that like he is just a great guy, a really really good stand-up person.
Yeah.
And then
I've heard
I think
that.
as an actor too, I think isn't he very very devoted to doing his own stunts and
Yes.
that kind of thing, so that when he does like these action cutscenes, they're not constantly cutting back and forth between him and a stunt double. He
Yeah.
tries to get as much of himself into these action scenes as possible, and he puts his body on the line. He trains for like just weeks and months to like really really get these things down, and I just
Yeah.
really respect that from him as an actor.
I had
So-
heard the same thing from The Matrix, and yeah, you're right, Alan. I mean, there's Instagram videos of him training with guns for John Wick, and he does as much as possible. And for his age, that's amazing, because he could easily just be like, "Nah, we'll get the stunt guy in here," but no, he goes balls out every time, and I think it makes for a better quality movie. That's why people like these movies so much, is because it's actually Keanu Reeves, and he's doing these intricately choreographed action sequences that just look awesome. And Matt, you're totally right. The visuals of this trailer looked awesome. It's always it's at night. Everything's wet all the time for some reason, right? It helps the light shine better. All the neon lights. It looks awesome.
yeah.
So
I did not know that about Keanu Reeves, which is cool because I feel like Jackie Chan is similar to that, right?
Yeah, Jackie Chan's a little bit different because he kind of came up in that stunt world, and then he turned into an action star, movie star. Keanu Reeves kind of started as a movie star, and then is like it's like he's kind of like Tom Cruise. Like Tom Cruise is infamous for trying to do as much as possible on his own stunts. Keanu Reeves is kind of the same way there.
Cool.
So
Nice.
Yeah.
That's badass. I'm very excited.
yeah, and for you Game of Thrones fans in there, I think I caught in the trailer Bronn was in there. He's like one of the henchmen.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking forward to John Wick murdering him in some cool creative way.
That dude's such a like a badass guy, but he would make a great villain.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, next another movie trailer to review here. Spider-Man: Far From Home. We get our first look at Spider-Man in a post-Avengers Endgame. So this is going to be the first MCU movie that's going to take place after the next Avengers movie. So essentially after the snap. Now we know that Spider-Man kind of disappeared at the end of Infinity War thanks to Thanos. So, part of the internet is kind of freaking out, saying, "Well, spoilers for Avengers." It's like, yeah, no shit. They're not going to get rid of their like big Spider-Man franchise after one film, idiots. So we see
That
Spider-Man.
thought crossed my mind, Nick. I was like, well, dang, I won't even watch Endgame now. I know what's going to happen.
Thanos just snapped away half of the Disney profit revenue for 2019.
Yeah, exactly.
No more Spider-Man. Sorry, guys. Continuity.
So anyway, in the trailer, we see Peter Parker kind of go away on a trip to Europe, a class trip, and he's kind of reluctant to bring his spider suit. We see Nick Fury kind of come in, kind of recruit Spider-Man to do a SHIELD mission. We're not really sure who the villain is per se, because it looks like Mysterio might be a more of a good guy character in this one. And then there's probably going to be some sort of twist to it.
So I'm super pumped for this. So I remember playing the Spider-Man video games way back when on the PlayStation, and Mysterio is always my favorite. He's, like you said, he's not quite a villain, but I still think he's a villain. He's a villain who tries to play a good guy.
Yes.
And I think that's what makes it like really funny, because he's sort of like the opposite of Deadpool to me, where Deadpool is at the end of the day, he's a pretty good guy and he tries to do the right thing, but he plays like a bad guy.
Right.
Mysterio's the complete opposite. He tries to make himself look all cool and look all flashy and like he's doing the right thing, but really he's just like screwing things up
and
for
the wrong reasons.
Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously
exactly
Mysterio in this movie played by Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, great actor. I think he'll make a great Mysterio. So excited for yeah, I'm curious what those big like elemental looking things. Do you know what that's supposed to be as far as like the villain thing?
I think the only thing I've heard of it is they're called the Elementals, and they're pretty much like there's a fire guy, there's a water guy, there's a sand guy, and there's some other guy. There's like 4 of them, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something that they're secretly in league with Mysterio to make Mysterio look like a good guy, or it's just another set of villains that are going to be in the movie. I have no idea.
So I think it looks cool. I'm honestly getting a little tired of Spider-Man.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Let's make something new and cool. There's an infinite possible like powers a person could have. Let's not focus on just Spider-Man all the time.
So you want like a brand new superhero, or do you want them just to... Okay.
Yeah. I think
like a martial arts superhero or something.
Yeah, I mean that sounds awesome. We talked maybe last time about reboots and stuff like that.
Yes.
Is that correct? We talked about last time?
A little bit. I think we mentioned it.
And I'm just it really hit me now. Like I'm kind of tired of the same hero. I want something brand new, like, and I'm going to come back again to Arrival, one of my favorite movies, which is on Netflix right now.
Mm-hmm.
Arrival was just so different. The aliens were so different. The story was so different. Everything was so cool. It's like Interstellar, kind of like that kind of really crazy brand new stuff. I want to see some more stuff like that. So
okay.
I think this movie will probably be great, but and I might even see it. But I just think I want to see something new. That's what I'd be really excited.
So something that you can learn about. So something that you don't already know, like so brand new property. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, brand new superhero
or a property that nobody's ever heard of. So you want to learn about something new and fresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure there's like some super like deep superhero that people don't really know about that is like badass.
Yeah.
Or I mean, especially me because I don't know that many superheroes. So
right.
So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Okay. So you were kind of lukewarm on the trailer then, Matt.
Well, no, I mean it's great. I mean it looks great. I just the whole like even before I think it's because before I even saw it and I like clicked on it, I was like, oh boy, another Spider-Man movie, that kind of thing. Okay. So it looks great, but and like the premise and stuff like that, and like what Alan was talking about with Mysterio, I think is very cool and interesting. But to me, I just personally wanted a different. I don't want Spider-Man anymore.
Well, it's only his 4th appearance in the MCU, I think, and it's only his 2nd standalone movie.
Right.
So we haven't seen, in this iteration of Spider-Man, we haven't seen too much, but I can understand a little bit of Spider-Man fatigue having gone through the Tobey Maguire version, the Andrew Garfield version, the PlayStation
agreed.
coming out, the PlayStation version coming out. I can
Yeah.
see, and I agree with you, I have had, previous to this iteration of Spider-Man, I did have a little bit of Spider-Man fatigue, and when he came into the MCU, I was like, yeah, okay, it's about time, but I'm not really super excited. But I think Tom Holland has done a really good job with the character, and he's kind of revitalized my likeness for Spider-Man a little bit. And in this trailer, what I'm most excited about this movie is you get to see Spider-Man do something different, and that's team up with Shield in this movie with Nick Fury, and we see that like stealth Spider-Man suit he's got on, where he's like all in the black with the goggles, and that looks really cool. So that's a little bit different element of Spider-Man I think we're going to be see. So
I get that. I get that.
one thing I did find interesting in this trailer was they kind of went out of their way to avoid any mention of Tony Stark, which has me a little worried, which means he's probably going to die in Avengers. That plus Robert Downey Jr.'s contract is up, so we might be in a world without Iron Man here in the next Spider-Man movie, which has been which is going to be interesting. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it plays out in Avengers Endgame, and then that might set the tone for what Spider-Man Far From Home is going to be. But yeah, so
Interesting. Good point.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Nick. I'm looking forward to it too. I'm really excited for Mysterio, and I don't quite have the Spider-Man. I liked Homecoming a lot. I thought it was great, so
Yeah,
I'm excited for this new one.
and what's cool is I think Tom Holland is young enough that they can keep him around if the MCU decides to keep going for another 10 years or whatever. He'll be old enough, and if they can keep him on in these films for long enough, we can maybe see a point in the future where we have an adult Spider-Man that's out of that's maybe in college or a little bit older than that, and he's leading this new set of Avengers, and then he's going to be kind of like the more mature guy in a role similar to like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that movie where we see an older Peter Parker and kind of leading a new team. So that'd be cool too.
You think Stan Lee will make a cameo?
He might. I think maybe Captain Marvel or Far From Home might be his last cameo. Yeah, I think. I'd have to look that up. I'm not sure what the timelines were and when filming stopped for all those movies. But yeah, I'm sure one of these movies is probably going to be his last cameo. It's going to be a sad day.
Yeah, definitely.
Because wait, he already died though, right?
Correct. Yes.
So you're saying because of the filming that takes place far before the movie is shown? Okay.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, because it goes into post-processing for so long.
Yeah.
Or post-editing, sorry.
Yeah. The editing, the filming, post-production, pickups. They have to edit the movie, do all the special effects, and so it takes a little while.
Yeah, definitely.
I get it.
Okay, moving on to some video games here, guys. We've talked about this game. I love this game. Big fan of the characters. I definitely want a movie. But Mortal Kombat 11 gameplay, big reveal a couple weeks ago at, I forget what the conference was. I think it was just a Mortal Kombat conference, actually. But they unveiled the game, brand new game. This game boasts new graphics, some new characters, the character customization, and that's kind of a carryover from the last version of Mortal Kombat and Injustice, where you can not only play as whichever character with their own specific play styles, but you can equip different gear and different variants on the character to make them maybe just suit your needs a little bit more. So if you want a quick a fast, a lighter Scorpion, you can have that. Or if you want a heavier, harder hitting Scorpion, you can adjust and switch gear to that, and you can keep unlocking different gear for the character that you like. They also debuted some brand new fatalities, which somehow got even more disgusting and gross. I don't know who these sickos are that are making these fatalities, but they're disgusting, but also awesome at the same time. So, yeah, we got a ton of new fatalities shown, ton of new fatal blows, which is like the new X-ray attack, and some new characters. I think the graphics look great. Guys, what'd you think of Mortal Kombat 11 gameplay trailer?
So it looks badass. I'm not really into fighting games, so there's no way this could have really gotten me pumped up.
Yeah.
The fatal blows are. I was about to say like so ridiculous that I
Yeah.
wasn't into it, but that's the point.
That
They're
is the
so
point.
ridiculous
Yes.
that it's like so. I mean, I was entertained. I think there was the one that you like tagged, Nick, where like doesn't she like stab this guy
Yeah,
and then, like
it's
suck out all his blood and turn it into like a scythe and then like slash him up in the air and then
Yeah,
turn his
that's
blood into a
Scarlet.
spear and like yeah, I was watching this being like, what is even happening? What
I
are these
know.
characters' powers? So
she's
it
like
is
you know how
a
like
bloodbender?
yeah, she's like a bloodbender, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's why she can do that. So she like stabs you, sucks your blood out of your body, turns into a scythe, stabs you with there, pulls the rest of your blood out of your body, turns into a spear, chucks it at your face, goes right through your head.
So ridiculous.
All right.
Can we talk for a second about in Avatar: The Last Airbender when Katara uses bloodbending and she's really upset? There's a pivotal moment in that episode.
It was a bit. That was.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. Anyway, we can come back to that. We'll circle back.
Wasn't that
Pivotal
like
moment for this
using the power of
podcast
the moon or
episode.
something like that to enhance her ability? Or what was that?
Yeah, like she was saving someone.
Oh,
You mean Katara?
well, I thought like she was able to bloodbend because like of the full moon or like the
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
was it a
something
blood moon
something
or
enhanced
whatever?
her powers.
Yeah,
like
it was-
waterbenders could because there's so much water and blood.
Right.
yeah.
And she made that guy like a puppet. Oh man. Oh, that lady. It was all right. Anyway, Alan, how did you feel about Mortal Kombat 11?
So I don't know. Mortal Kombat, I'm just not crazy about. I kind of see it as like a second-rate fighting game because when I think of like good, notable fighting games, as far as like what professionals play and what gets a lot of publicity, I think of like Street Fighter, Tekken, Smash Bros.
Wow,
Even like Marvel
Tekken,
vs.
dude.
Capcom.
Tekken hasn't been relevant for a while.
Well, it's still relevant in like the Asian countries. Like there's still a really big following
Okay.
in like Korea and Japan and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Not so much in America, but I think it never really was. So, but I don't know. Like Mortal Kombat's like fine. I'm not sure if it's very like technically challenging, and that's why it doesn't have a big following.
Mm.
But it is really badass and cool. I think there's a lot of like appeal to it in the sense that it's very theatrical and it has like these really cool fatal blows and finishing moves and stuff that make
Sure.
it kind of interesting. But I just feel like once that novelty kind of wears off, like there's not really that great of a core fighting game underneath. So I'm not crazy about Mortal Kombat. But
Have you played any of the recent editions of Mortal Kombat?
yeah, I think the most recent one I played was maybe 8 or 9. It was like
Okay.
4 years ago or so.
No, the one they came out with on PlayStation 3?
4?
Xbox 360? That one?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That
That
was
one. Yeah.
9, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like Mortal Kombat for. I'm not a big. I like you guys. I'm not a big fighting game expert. I don't play a lot of fighting games. I'm a very casual player when it comes to that. Like I just like them because I think they're cool and it's fun doing some of the combos and learning some of the strategies and stuff. I'm not into the world of fighting video games, but Mortal Kombat has always been something that I've been interested in. I always like the different iterations of the characters that they come up with, and I think the lore is pretty cool comparatively to the other fighting games. So I'm interested. I wanted to throw it in there. I'll probably pick up the game at some point, maybe like when it's on sale or whatever. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to try it out. And our final topic today, Slay the Spire.
Yeah, so this is a game I had mentioned on the podcast before when it was in early release, and which is very weird for me because I'm very against early access games or
Yeah.
release games. But this game was just like phenomenal, so I just want to give it a quick shout out. It's now been officially launched, so you have my okay to go out and purchase this game because it's
Well, are you going to talk about like the differences, like what changed from when you were recommending it before to now?
yeah.
Do you know, if there was a lot or whatever.
I'm trying to remember what state it was in when I recommended it before, but I know at the very least they added a new character you could play as. They added a bunch of new card content. I want to say like probably anywhere in the range of like 40 to 50 new cards. And then they added a couple new game modes. Like I think there's one called Ascension mode where after you beat the main game a few times and kind of get through all that, you can do a slightly harder version of the game and it gets harder and harder to beat it. And there's different challenges. So it increases the difficulty to kind of keep it to have some replay value so that you're not just kind of doing the same thing over and over again. You have new challenges, new people that you're facing. So
Can you remind us what kind of game this is and what the premise is and everything?
Yeah.
yeah, it's a roguelike game and you kind of journey through this map, and as you go through the map, you're fighting creatures. You're going to shops, and what you're doing is you're buying cards or getting new cards, and you're using these cards to do things like attack, defend, increase your strength so that your attacks do more damage, and you're trying to kill the monsters as you go through. So it's like a turn-based card game, but it's got like a fighting roguelike style to it.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right, I'll check it out.
It's pretty unique. I've never really seen a game like it, so.
Seems cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So that game's out, and you would definitely recommend everyone at least check it out, try it, or would you recommend the buy right away?
Definitely check out a trailer of it, and if you think it looks cool, I think it's worth buying because it's a great game. It has really, and it's fun to learn and it's very rewarding to play.
Cool, nice. All right, guys, let's jump into some music picks here now. Who wants to go first?
Oh, can I please go first?
Absolutely, you may go first.
Gosh. Oh man, okay. The song I picked is called "The National Aerobic Championship Theme" by Parr. And I feel like it's a song that everyone has heard and no one knows, and everybody loves, and also doesn't know how much they love it.
Shout out to Parr.
Parr, yeah. So what I believe the history of the song is that in like 1987 or something, there was this national aerobic championship where like everyone came together to just like do stuff and mostly involved choreographed dances before like the events happened. And they had a theme song that was this song made by Parr, and they have like a video of it, and it's so hilarious and so ridiculous. But the music is so catchy. It's so 80s, and the singing is so like, "We are the champions, the champions." Like it's just so over, like it's ridiculous, but I love it. It's so catchy. So definitely go search that. You will love it.
I wish I could say I share the same passion for this song as you, Matt, but I just don't.
What? You didn't love it? It wasn't immediately like the most catchy thing you've ever heard to you?
It's like you click on it, you laugh a little bit, you giggle, you go, "Oh, that's funny," and then you move on. That's what it was for me. But no, I mean, it's funny seeing, it's funny how different the 80s were compared to now, especially just like watching that music video and seeing everyone in like spandex and doing synchronized dancing in like calf height white socks with like white Nike shoes, and you got like you could mildly see some boobage and some like dick swinging around, and it's just a different time. It's bizarre. It's just bizarre.
That's part of the music video. Yeah.
But good pick, man. I like that.
Thank you.
I like that. Keep it interesting. I like it.
Yeah,
Alan, what you got for us today?
The song that I am picking for this week is called Shakan by George Ezra.
Nice.
This is kind of a throwback to when I was in Iceland. I remember this kept coming on the radio, and I just remember it being perfect because it's just that song of going to your like happy place and relaxing and chilling out and just enjoying taking everything in that's around you and real chill. The guy has a super super deep voice. I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
and he sounds like he could be like some soul singer, but he's singing these like really cool pop hits and stuff. So,
that's awesome.
And yeah, just a really good feel good song, and definitely recommend it. So.
Yeah, he's a good artist. I want to hear more out of this guy. I got to dive into his discography a little bit and see what he's got out there, because every time I hear him on the radio, I'm always like, oh, I should check that guy out, and I always forget to. But he's a good artist.
He's got another song, Paradise, that's really good too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Like his mom said. Yeah.
He had like Budapest and Barcelona, those songs, right?
Isn't that maybe.
Is that him? I don't know.
Barcelona, I still wanna hold you. Yeah, that song, right?
Oh, that might be him. Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Nick, what do you got for us?
Someone who's listening can fact check us. So.
Yeah, correct us if we're wrong.
Nick, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I got a chance to go see over the weekend Young the Giant, among a couple other bands, and it was my first time seeing Young the Giant. I've been a fan of theirs for a while now, and they're I forget, they've been around for quite a while. I mean, maybe 10 years almost. They got 4 albums out. They just released their latest album, Mirror Master, and just a solid. I mean, one of these, I think they're a little slightly underrated. Each album is just so good. Like, it's just such a perfect perfect balance of like something that gets you happy and excited with also like songs that just chill. You just want to sit there and you just want to vibe and you want to listen to it. And they just got this perfect mix of they're a perfect modern alternative band. I think they're just killing it whatever they do. So I was really impressed with their show. I've been really impressed with all the stuff they come out with, and so I wanted to highlight one of these songs off their new album called "Call Me Back." Just a really chill song. It's got cool electronics. They do really cool stuff in the track, and the cool thing about it is anything that they make, they want to make it so that they can perform it live. So most of the songs have nothing that wouldn't be in the song live, which I think is great. So this is "Call Me Back" by Young the Giant. Just a really chill jam. Very good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, cool. Any last comments, guys?
Happy birthday, Charlie.
Happy birthday, Charlie.
Oh, happy friend of the show, Charlie, is featured on our After Dark episode 1, I believe. After Dark episode 1. So happy birthday to Charlie. Yeah. All right. How old's Charlie now, Matt?
He's 28.
28. Wow. The big 2-8.
Yeah, he's officially grown from mid-20s to late 20s now.
Wow. The old late 20s.
Wow, got a 10-year reunion coming up.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Well, happy birthday to Charlie. And to you guys out there, we'll see you next time.
Well, that's it for this episode of The Torrent. Thank you all for listening. Download, rate, and subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast service. If you want to get in contact with us, feel free to send us an email, thetorrentpodcast@gmail.com. You can also get in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter @TheTorrentPod. We'll see you guys next time.